Well, we've had some amazing testimonies that are taking place this week. This is Bryn from Healing School. Why don't you share with us how the Lord just remarkably touched you?
Amen. We all know God is our healer. Amen. So about 4 months ago, I started having some severe health issues. Both of my lungs started collapsing back to back. It made it hard for me to come to school. I could barely walk on campus. I could take 2 steps and I was completely out of breath and I was lightheaded and I just thought I was gonna pass out. So that went on for about 2 months, and then I ended up in the hospital for a week-long stay, and they basically told me, we don't know what's going on, but for some reason your lungs keep on collapsing. And I was like, okay, after the first minutes, I said, I need to reach out to the school. I can't live like this. I have to go to healing school because I know healing school is where I can go to get my miracle. So I actually ended up in the hospital again for another week before I could even make it to healing school. So I was like, Lord, I said, I'm almost there. I'm almost to healing school. So the first day of healing school, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, Lord, I'm waiting for my miracle. I'm waiting for my miracle. And then the second day happened. I knew it was going to happen that day because I was sick. I was projectile vomiting everywhere. I was like, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna last one more moment in this row if I keep on having these symptoms. I wasn't listening. I was barely breathing, but I was sitting there. And then I looked up at my friend as Pastor Shannon was walking back and forth. He was like speaking divinely in the spirit, calling out people's different symptoms. And I looked up at my friend and she goes, he's talking about you. And then I looked up and Pastor Shannon was like, is that you? I said, I guess so. I don't know what was said, but I'm presuming it's about me because my friend knows what's going on. And I was supposed to walk to the front, but at the time I didn't have the strength to even move from my seat. And then I remember Pastor Shannon just beckoning. He said, get up here now. And I said, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna get up here, but by your strength, I can make it up here. So I literally took the first step out of my chair and the power of God just smacked me. And it was like with every step that I was taking, I was finally able to get a deep breath. And then when I finally got to the front, my lungs were completely healed. And I remember standing there and Pastor Shannon was like, take a deep breath. And I said, and every single time the wheezing just kept going away more and more. And then from that moment, like I was completely healed, no more heavy breathing or nothing like that. But the Lord also took care of the things that I didn't even put on the list. So I started struggling with my hands to where my hands would cramp up like this. And it was really hard for me to do my daughter's hair. And it wasn't even something that I was thinking about, but the Lord supernaturally healed my hands. So I no longer have any crampingness in my hands. And then also I got in a car accident 2 years ago that like severely messed up my back to the point I could barely lift my daughter for longer than 2 minutes. God supernaturally healed that too. So if you guys are believing for a miracle or for God to do something miraculous in your body, come to healing school. It starts on January the 5th. Amen.